It's just funny because I thought I'd call you because you're definitely watching that and going, if only people knew.
I am. I watched it and I was like, oh, I hate watching it. Like, I actually hate it. It makes me go like, no. I don't know. It makes me. What's the word? I just want to give you a cuddle. Because I can see how angry you are. Like that you're emotional.
When do I ever get that angry?
Oh gosh, never.
No, I know.
He obviously hit a nerve.
His face hit a nerve. That's what I'm saying to you. I'm like, I'm never like that. I've not been that angry for years. And then I see his face.
Even when you like get angry when you're facing an opponent, you're never that angry. Like your lip was literally quivering. You couldn't get your words
No,
out.
I was honestly about to slap. I was so like on the verge.
It was so much pent up. I could see it. I was like, oh my god, he's so angry. He got out.
Joe, I just need a cuddle.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking, oh gosh.
I don't want to cuddle from Lee. I want to cuddle from VB or the kids.
Sorry, you chose Lee to take my life.
He's just fucking skin and bone, isn't it?
Yeah, anyways, I love you. Alright, go on, love you, babe. I'll call you later. Come on, bye.
Alright, love you. Love you, bye.
So he's not angry, he's just emotional.
Yeah.
You set up, thank you.
So,
Right, we good to
go
straight in? This is Oscar Bevis for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate and available on the DAZN. Connor,
what's
good to see you, my man.
Yeah, you
Out here in Riyadh. You just had to prove to everyone in the room that you are actually a softie at heart.
Not prove.
Not prove. No.
I just find it so funny watching it back, and I'm just like, I'm not even that guy. But obviously, I am because I am, but I'm not. Maybe I'm just in denial.
It just shows the emotion attached to that whole fight.
Yeah.
So you've been in Thailand.
Yeah.
Having a nice time spent with the family. Touchdown in Riyadh. It was never going to be quiet, was it?
Yeah, I didn't think I'd feel the way I felt. That's all. I thought it'd be, quite business, but it's very, very personal. Like I thought it would be, let's do what we got to do. Let's play the game. But it's not playing the game. It's very personal for me. It brings back a lot of trauma, definitely.
How did you two cross paths? Because I believe he would have been there for his weigh-in in the morning.
I was there doing an interview, and he pulled up and walked over and, started talking shit and thought I wasn't going to meet him halfway. You think I'm going to let a man come pull up on me? No, I'll meet you straight in the middle, mate.
Yeah. I know there was spite 2 years ago when the fight was meant to happen. There's spite now.
It's
clearly.
different, but it's different.
Did it ever
spite.
flatline? Did it flatline in the middle at all?
No, it didn't flatline. It was different spite. When it happened before, we knew what was what. It was more a matter of, I'm going to beat your ass because my dad should have won the second fight and I'm going to, even it out. Whereas now it's, I want to hurt this kid. And I didn't feel like that before. I think now it's definitely, I wish the cameras weren't there. Before you wish the cameras were there, I wish they weren't there.
Yeah. What would have happened if the cameras
He would have been eating the floor.
Are you glad that you got that shoving? Like a signal of intent?
Nah, because
you said at the start, obviously, you don't want someone to pull up on you.
No, because I didn't want to do anything. Do you know what I mean? I tried keeping my cool. You got to remember, he played his cards well with everything that gone on. He lapped it up in his favour, lapped it up and, played on another man's pain when he knew what the crack was. He knew what the score was. He knew what was what and played the card he played. I thought it was, you can't be a good man and play it the way he played it. When he knew the truth from the get-go, all he was concerned about was the fight happening. That was it. So don't think you can lap up on my pain and, at my expense, play that card and think when I pull up on you, I ain't going to be on site.
I know we've heard several stories through the rumour mill about financially what he wanted to gain, even after hearing about certain things on fight week. I know Charlie done a bit with you and Eddie said Chris Eubank Jr. categorically is in the game for money and Conor Benn is in the game for legacy. I know you won't disagree with the second bit, but do you agree that Chris Eubank Jr. is in this sport purely for financial reasons?
What? So you're telling me he turned down Janibek, turned down Shiraz, turned down Canelo to fight a welterweight in Conor Benn? It's written there in the script, no? Yeah, how can you say otherwise? You know, when, for me, I'm going up to 160 because I believe I give him a good ass beating, drop back down to 147. You know what? When he wins this weekend, I'll go up to 160 fighting for his IBO world title. And then I'll drop back down to 147 and fight for a legitimate world title. Which is the plan anyway. You got to remember, I'm top 3 ranked welterweight in the country. Do I shy away from fights? I put offers out to fights. Have I called out Ennis? Have I?
Yeah.
I have.
I mean, we could sit here and spend quite a lot of
Have
the
I
interview
called
listing
out?
out
Have
who
I
you
called out
called for.
Javonta Davis?
Yep.
Sent him a $15 million offer in 48 hours. Devin Haney, Barrios. So when you talk about chasing greatness and chasing legacy, that's me. I ain't trying to fight these 130-pound fighters or 135-pound fighters, 140. Taylor, sent Josh Taylor off for another. Did they want the fight? No, not then. Kell Brook, did he want the fight? No, not then. So people keep talking to me like I'm the one who's shying away from this guy, shying away from that guy. I ain't shying away from nobody. I don't shy away from nobody.
Yeah, I know. Again, going back to the little bit that Charlie done with you and Eddie, he said that you both need each other in a sense. Obviously, look, it's a massive fight, so there's no denying what you both gain from fighting each other. But you've mentioned offers you've sent out on fights that you could potentially have. Do you feel like Chris Eubank Jr. needs you in comparison to you actually needing Chris Eubank Jr.?
Chris Eubank could fight Shiraz. He could fight Janibek. He could fight. Don't even know if Canelo would be interested in him. He's food.
Do you believe? I mean, he did say at this point that this was if he was to beat you, which I know. Obviously, you're not going to play along to that narrative. But if he was to beat you, 5 million turns into 15 for Hamza Shiraz.
Well, it's 15 million for me. So
Hamza Shiraz would turn from a 5 million fight to a 50 million fight after beating you.
Impossible. It's impossible that it would. I don't know where he's got that mass from. Probably pulled it out of his ass. Do you know what I mean? He's up with the fairies, isn't he?
Would you make of his fight with Camille Zerameta?
I don't know, Camille. All I know is he better not mess up the bag. That's it. Don't mess up the bag, Chris. You know, he almost done it with the Smith fight, so I pray he gets through. But you never know if he will or won't.
I know you're going to be on commentary as well.
I mean, honestly, I'd rather just be in there, to be honest. I'd rather just be in the ring. Yeah. I ain't built for this non-boxing life. Life's hard, man. I miss fighting.
Well, I know a lot's going to go on before you and Chris do step in the ring. So from that perspective, would you consider it to be quite a potentially hard 6 to 8 months coming up for you? Because I'm sure there's going to be more of that. There's going to be a ton more of these type interviews, whereas you're saying you just want to fight. So will the build-up to the Chris fight actually be quite difficult?
I'll be fighting well within 6 months, mate. Okay. I'll be fighting rather lively.
Are you aware of how eager Turki Al-Sheikh is for this fight? Have you spoke to him and Eddie together?
I think everyone's eager, yeah. Definitely said it's the fight that's next. It's been a long 2 years, man. Just get me back in that ring. Get me home. That's the only place I feel at home. You know, I struggle with life's hard, man. So I just want to get me back home. Get me back doing what I love. Get me back doing what I feel like I'm born to do.
Yeah. I mean, we've caught up quite a few times when you're in Spain, had a few FaceTimes and had a chat. And you've said about how hard the time period's been for you, but has it helped you grow? It must have done.
It's helped me grow, but I've had to go through a hell of a lot. You know, I've had to go through self-inflicted pain. I've had to go through. I've had to go through a lot. I had to look in the mirror and go, "What is this? Who you are? Then is this what you're like? Is this?" But you're lost. I was lost. You know, I was lost. I was in pain. I was hurting. I can't even tell you how bad it was for me. And I've had to pull myself out of a really dark hole to get to where I have. And I do feel stronger. I feel more resilient. I feel happy. Happy that this is coming to an end.
For a man who's always flowed with such self-confidence, did you have actual doubts about yourself during that time?
Oh, I just didn't know who I was. Boxing was always who I was. So you look at me, you go, who's Conor Benn? What does he even like to do? What hobbies do you have? How are you as a man? What do you do as a man? Like, you know, you got to remember, I'm hearing potentially not boxing for 4 years. That was what I was hearing. That's what the news was saying. So I'm thinking, wow, what would I actually do with myself? Lost my way, lost my identity, lost who I was. I had to go for a lot of soul searching. My faith, I lost my faith, everything. But it's like that was so now in the past. I'm happy that I'm through that now.
Yeah. When will you know about you being able to fight under the auspices of the British board, and when will this whole saga come to its end? Because I feel like the period of talking about the end being near has actually kind of been its own period.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I just want to get back in the ring. We're working with the board, we're working with UCAB, working with Robert Smith to try and, get this all cleared. This will all be cleared in a matter of weeks. This will all cleared. Full clearance will be done in a few weeks of what's going on.
Can we presume then that if that's done in a few weeks, Eubank comes through the fight, that this fight is actually made in the next 3 or 4 weeks?
God willing.
Okay.
God willing.
Well, it smashed ticket records at the O2, but obviously Riyadh season is front and centre, especially from that October to May
Turk Al
period.
Sheikh, His Excellency, doing this fight. You can't say it gets much bigger than that.
Will we be doing this interview pre-fight with Chris Eubank Jr. in Riyadh?
Who knows? Who knows?
Okay. Conor, I really appreciate your time.
Pleasure.
You've always been good to me, Charlie, and helped
I
us
like
out
you,
and
Oscar. I
whatever.
think you're quite
Thank
a
you,
trendy
mate.
geezer.
Trendy?
Yeah, quite
Well, to be
trendy.
honest, I
Today
rolled,
your
yeah.
drip's really, slacking.
I've rolled out of bed, I ain't going to lie.
Yeah,
rolled
it's
out of bed.
definitely slacking. What are those sliders?
Do you want me to be honest?
What are
What?
they? No, mate, no.
Eddie said to me, they're your girlfriend sliders,
They
in all
def-
fairness.
it's- did he say
They're
that?
Not, they're not, though.
This is definitely a sign to take them off. If two geezers have said to you, what are those?
I can't be bowling about Riyadh in socks.
I would. I'd rather bowl about barefoot.
Do you know what? I'll be honest, I got up, saw you and Chris on Instagram and thought, shit, I need to go downstairs.
But I definitely still wouldn't come down there personally.
Yeah. Right,
Did you come downstairs in them?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
I did, yeah.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
You're not what I thought you was.
All right, I can't wait to cut this bit at the end of the interview.
No, you
Sorry,
better
everyone.
not. You better not. You better leave this in. If you don't leave this in, I'm not doing another interview.
All right, it's staying in.
Go on.
Mate.